what does success mean to you? This is an idea that's been on my mind for ages and ages now, and anyone who knows me personally in my personal life kind of knows that I'm a very big advocate for purpose and impact and that sort of thing. Funny enough, I saw a reel the other day that talks about, oh, any entrepreneur who says they're doing stuff for impact is lying to you. Everyone's doing it for money. And I simply disagree with that. I don't think that is to be the case. I think the best entrepreneurs on earth are entrepreneurs and people who are doing it strictly to leave a better impact on the world. One of the greatest entrepreneurs of our lifetime is Steve Jobs. And his whole purpose, his whole mission around building the greatest technology company on earth, in my opinion, is to simply enhance the human experience, to enhance our experience as a human species through technology. And so this is an example of someone who's doing it for the impact, for the purpose. Now, when you ask someone, and purpose is another word for goal. When you ask most people, especially entrepreneurs, what is your goal? What is your purpose? They'll probably say something along the lines of like, oh, I want to live an X amount of lifestyle. I want financial freedom. I want X amount of freedom, or I want to live a certain lifestyle. I want to retire my parents. I want to do X, Y, Z. And it all kind of sounds the same. But the issue that I find with that is that it's simply, that's not your purpose, bro. Like, that is simply just not your purpose. This video is a bit different than most of my videos on my channel here, but it's just like, I'm gonna start making these videos once a week where I'm just speaking my mind here. It might go on for ages and ages. It might be just a short video. I don't really know yet. But it's just not your purpose, bro. It's really not. You living a certain lifestyle, you living or retiring your parents or having financial freedom, you will achieve that eventually. Like, if you stick to it long enough, you'll obviously achieve that. You'll make enough money to live the lifestyle, to get the car, to get your high-rise penthouse apartment, whatever, right? But what comes after that? And this is where a lot of people kind of like start to realize, or this is where the expression, oh, money doesn't make you happy. No, of course not, right? Money alone isn't going to make you happy. What will make you happy is your purpose. What will make you happy is the impact that you leave on people. And I call back, right? This is like as a side note. I remember my earlier days of running my first business. And the happiest I've been is when I actually like hire people, and when I was like giving them bonuses, and just seeing the change and the impact that that had on them, and the impact that I had on my clients and all this stuff. This is what my true purpose is, right? It's like, it's truly leaving an impact on people. Now, the issue with most people and them defining success is success to them. So let alone that it's not really the true definition of success, which is leaving a purpose and leaving an impact on people. It's also not what they truly want. So I want to ask you a question. When's the last time that you've kind of just sat down with yourself and just emptied your thoughts without any stimulations? Meaning, let's just say you're cleaning your house, or you're cleaning your room, or you're doing any sort of work, and you don't have headphones in. Like, you're not listening to anything. I'm not talking about rap music or house music. No. I'm just simply saying you didn't listen to anything. Like, it was just you and your thoughts, and you just stayed still, and you just did the task at hand. You just focus on this one thing. The reason why I'm bringing this up, right, and this, you can apply this to everything. It's like, when is the last time you've meditated for over an hour? The reason why I'm bringing all of this up is simply to tell you about this thing of like, your thoughts, 99% chance they're not yours to begin with. And so your mind acts like a radio wave. You tune into the different stations, you tune into the different thoughts. And based on the things that you consume, such as this video, for example, certain thoughts will start to come up in your head. So the music that you listen to, the Instagram feed that you have, will start to affect the thoughts that you have. And so what you think is your definition of success. So you might think that you want a certain car or a certain lifestyle. You want to live in a certain place. I'm telling you right now, in reality, if you truly sat down with yourself and you isolated what everybody on social media, what everybody around you, what your friends say, status, if you separate all that stuff and you just look at what's truly true to you, you're going to realize that 99% of the time, what you thought you wanted isn't actually what you wanted. Now, the reason why this is so dangerous is because, like, and I've heard of this. This is an acquaintance of mine. It's not really a close friend of mine, so I don't know how true this story is. But essentially, this guy, he literally married a girl, and the only reason why he married her was because his friends thought that she looked attractive. And so I look at, like, he didn't even find her personally attractive, and it's like, you look at that and you're like, whoa, that's like, Number one, that's quite sad. I feel bad obviously for the woman, but number two, it's like, wow, man, like you just did such like a big personal life decision based on what other people think is going to make you successful, or what other people think that, oh, because your partner looks a certain way, you're successful. You can extrapolate this to everything. And then the other side of it is what you actually do on a day-to-day basis. So if, let's just say, you're working in a business right now, you have your own business, and you're just doing it for the money, or just because you're good at it and it pays you well, you're no different than someone who's working a 9 to 5. And I know a lot of you guys can relate to this, but one of the reasons why I got into entrepreneurship in the first place is the whole idea of financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom, this like freedom idea, this idea of freedom. The thing is, if you are over here, you're working in a business, and you run your own business, and it's not what you truly want. Like, the work doesn't excite you. Like, you feel like after a long day of work, you just feel like, ah, relief. I'm finally no longer working. I'm off calls, whatever. If that is your, like, you're obviously, understand, like, work gets tiring, whatever, but if that's your nature, if that's your like baseline type of like feeling after you're done work, where it's like, oh, finally, man, I'm so sick and done with like work, I just want to relax all day. I'm sorry to say this, but chances are the work is probably not for you. You just got good at a job. It's exactly like a job. People work 9 to 5, they work all week, and then in the weekend they get to relax and chill, right? It's the same exact thing. I asked myself the other day, and this is like a very interesting thing. Maybe I'm wrong in this. Again, these are my personal views. You can go ahead and choose to take them or ignore them. You have personal freedom. But I was reflecting the other day, and I realized I don't really have a separation between what I like to do in my free time and my work, because I like my work. Like, I work aside, right? If money wasn't a factor, I would still be doing the stuff that I'm doing for work anyways. I would still love to help people out and guide them to make better decisions in their life, in their business, and everything. That's like, I would just do that for fun. I don't have to get paid for it. I would record videos like this for fun, like, without getting paid for it. It's these types of things that allow you as a person to understand, to have a mission, to have a purpose. One of the greatest entrepreneurs, and I've seen a reel regarding this kind of point that I'm going to make next. Essentially, they're real saying, oh, any entrepreneur who says they're doing this stuff for impact or for purpose is lying to you. They're just doing it for money. I personally disagree with that, because one of the greatest entrepreneurs of our lifetime, of our generation, Steve Jobs, his whole purpose, his whole mission is enhancing the human experience via technology, and by improving technology, by making technology. And that line of thinking, that purpose, that impact that he wanted to have on humanity, arguably came out with one of the best tech companies in our generation, right? And so because of that, right, you can choose to kind of like be two people. And I looked at this and I'm like, I would much rather choose to be the latter. You can choose to be the person who's like the copy paste entrepreneur. And there's an image I personally like, nothing against these people, by the way, but I personally, when I look at my life, I don't see myself being like a linen shirt bro in Dubai with a Rolex Datejust, and you're renting out a Lamborghini for the weekend just to take Instagram pictures. Like, I have a mental image of these kinds of people, and the thing is, there's nothing wrong with that. But if I look at me being in this stage for like the next 10, 20, 30 years, I don't want to be in that stage. I don't want to be an online hustle bro for the next 30 years. I want to just genuinely build stuff that impacts all of humanity. That's like the type of person that I want to be. And so you have the people like Jeff Bezos and Steve Jobs. These people, they think in terms of like, what can I build to impact humanity? Sure, if you're right now, like, let's just be very honest here, right? If you're not a multimillionaire, and even if you are a multimillionaire and you haven't expanded outside of like the online business money bubble, the chances of you impacting all of humanity at once is kind of very slim. So you kind of have to be a little bit realistic, but it needs to be in your like vision. It needs to be like, I'm doing something for a purpose that is greater than myself, that is just greater than me making money or living a specific lifestyle. And I think we just forget that a lot as entrepreneurs. I look at myself and I'm like, in the next 30 years, I want to be on track to building technology that really impact, or like, I want to build products and solutions that impacts real human issues, that aren't just, here's how to sell more courses online, or here's how to build better funnels. Like, in the grand scheme of things, in humanity's grand scheme of things, these issues are so minuscule, they're so small. And you can either choose to be someone who uses the talents that you have, these smarts that you have. If you consider yourself smart, if you consider yourself gifted, if you consider yourself that you truly have brain power and brain knowledge, you can use this stuff to help humanity as a whole. You can use this stuff to truly just expand the human consciousness and improve the human experience here on Earth. Or you can just choose to be a copy paste agency bro living in Dubai or a Miami penthouse. You have a leased Corvette C8 or a M5. Like, there, guys, this is like a personal vendetta that I have against these people. Not against these people, but like, I personally just don't want to be one of those people. I just can't imagine my life looking like that. I think maybe it's just my delusion of like thinking that I want to be special, or I am special, because I am, and I think we're all special. It's only when we start to listen to other people's opinions about success and what we should have, what we think we should do, versus what we actually should do because we follow our intuition and what we want to do. This is what happens. You end up having a lot of people who all look the same, they sound the same, they're all working towards this one big bubble. And I think, and I recommended this in actually one of my videos, Reality Transurfing, the book. It talks about a specific concept called the pendulum. And so they're all under this pendulum. They're all under this structure of thinking, this way of thinking that causes them to all act a certain way, to all move a certain way, or do certain actions that are all the same. So, yeah, that's just it. So my message to you, if you're watching this video, if you're still watching this long, it's an unedited raw video, I know, but if you're still watching this long, I would say my message to you is go find what you want to do. Define your own definition of success, whether it's material success or whether it's actual like purpose of successfully integrating your purpose into your business and having those sort of things. Just follow that no matter what. The short-term loss that you will get from maybe not getting the money or whatever, it would all be worth it super long-term, right? Just follow what you want to do. The place you want to live, or the lifestyle you want to live, or the car that you want to drive, or the clothes that you want to wear. Just do what you want to do. Don't follow other people for the sake of following other people, or don't do things for the sake of impressing other people. I've made over $1 million. I'm 18 now, and I still haven't bought a car. And all my friends are like, bro, you should buy a car. Like, it's so funny. I'm going to admit this. So shout out to my my friends that pick me up whenever we're going anywhere. But it's like, I Uber everywhere and my friends come pick me up. And even though I have money to buy a car cash just like that right now in my bank account, I just simply choose to not to, because I don't feel like it's just a liability. I'll just buy it. And then what if like I decide that I want to move, right? Okay, then what? I'm just stuck here with this car. I have to sell it, whatever. It's just an extra headache. What's the point? I just don't feel like I even go out enough for me to justify purchasing a car. So don't do things for the sake of like looking successful in front of other people, or don't have metrics of success be that of what people will compare you with, if that makes, I don't know if this makes any sense. Guys, please comment down below about what other topics you think I should discover. I think I'm going to do this this ritual or this tradition every Sunday, where I'll just sit here after a long week reviewing my thoughts for the next upcoming week. I'm literally going to post this like 13 minutes 46. I'm going to post this like strictly. I'm not even going to edit it. I'm not going to cut out any of the silences. So it's going to be a tradition every Sunday. We're going to have it where I'm just going to speak my thoughts. I'm going to yap for as much as possible, but I think it's very interesting, because I personally believe that my thoughts are different than what most these online gurus and entrepreneurs out there are talking about. I think I preach a message that encourages people to truly go after their purpose and their mission. And I think that's what we really need going into these next few years and decades of AI literally making everybody like, I can make another video about this. Maybe I can talk about this next week. Let me know what you guys think. But it truly is scary times that we're going into, and we're going to need a lot of like free thinkers. We're going to need a lot of people who think for themselves. They use their own brain. They're not mindless, soulless robots that rely on AI for everything. Like, that's what we truly need. And I think if I can do my part, if I can consistently show up here and talk about this sort of stuff, slowly but surely, a lot of people are going to realize this more. They're going to understand this more, and they're going to want to essentially like listen to this type of message more, and the message, the idea of you being your own free thinker, you going after your own sort of purpose and mission, that's going to expand and that's going to grow, and we're going to see a lot more people following their own purpose and mission to truly better all of humanity, and not just attempt cash grabs and just try to make as much money as possible. Because at the end of the day, you can't take any of that stuff with you to the grave. You can only keep the impact that you did on this earth, and that's like really the only thing that's lasting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this message, you took something out of it, and I will see you next video on Sunday if you like these kind of videos or enjoy the rest of my content on my channel here. So yeah, I'll see you.